Okay. MT.
Hello.
Wake up.
Good morning.
Yeah, it is the morning. You are there with Byron, who is Byron is well, I'll say that Byron had that you and Byron had eventually realized uh that Excalibur could actually like be a bro and just do the watching for you guys, and so you were all able to sleep just fine. Um, and yeah, uh, after waking up, um, I gotta say, go ahead and roll guts plus wind.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Hmm. 2, 3, 6, 8, 9. This isn't starting off great.
Okay. So, take a shock to roll an area die. So that roll an area die, and take a shock to that location, and note that it will not go away until you've eaten.
Oh.
You're
So
starving.
I'm hungry. Got it.
You've been in this maze for 3 or 4 days, and you've only actually eaten once.
That's a 4.
It's a 4, so
I had
that's
to
going
pull
to
up an
be
entirely different dice roller.
yeah, it's fine. So that's your guts. Yeah. Odd. Yeah. Take a
No,
shock
that's
to your.
perfect.
Yeah, makes sense. Take a shock to your guts. As you're starving. Good morning. It does not seem that they have come after us on the night.
Yeah. Lucky.
He stretches. We don't have to go after this vault immediately. If you would like, we can try to see what is behind us. The rooms are not going to change for another 24 hours.
How long do you think it'll take?
To do the vault?
Mm-hmm.
We, my team, failed it last time. I'm not exactly sure how long it will take.
What did you have to do? Is it a secret?
There was a particular puzzle where we had to arrange pipes for water to flow through to open part of the vault. It was a bit arbitrary, I'll admit, and Greta continuously tried over and over again, no matter what Fedor and I said.
Hmm.
And eventually we were locked out.
I see.
3 times, specifically. The vault alarms went off after 3 failed attempts.
Okay. So then maybe it would be best to go in there feeling 100%.
I believe so, yes.
I guess there's no harm in seeing a room or two. Maybe we'll find some to eat.
That would be ideal. I take it you haven't eaten recently either. Us
You
doing that,
hungry?
us doing that whole thing in that kitchen did not do well for my appetite.
Let's just see, huh?
We should have stolen some chicken or something when he wasn't looking.
I was really in the zone.
I was too. I'm not going to lie. It was fun. But in hindsight, perhaps I should have had less fun and eaten more. He shrugs.
Let's take a look.
And gives a nod. And you, so you're going to go out the one exit from here.
Yep.
All right. So you
hopefully you don't run into another dead Warframe.
You and Byron step out. You and Byron find an elevator door. And there's only one way. There's only one other floor. And when you take it, you are... the elevator lets you out in the vista.
Why even bother with an elevator if you just have one floor? Why not just have stairs?
That would be perhaps too convenient.
Just thinking out loud.
Too understandable. And one of the butlers for the Vista looks at you and is just like, "Oh, come on now."
What can I say? I love punishment.
I suppose so. Well, I suppose I'll let you back through that elevator, but our next guests will not have such a simple way out. And speaking of the next guests, everyone wakes up in the guest rooms.
Yeah, Beyonce's rolling around just...
Come, this is not a time we want to sleep in.
I'm
looking
comfy.
There is food west, and then we have prizes to seek out.
Do you think they'll object if I walk out there in this blanket?
It seemed like a nicer place.
You see out in the hallway, Anna at Grayson's prodding, likely having had the same conversation, is wearing a blanket around her in the hallway.
Kirei goes back into the dress she was wearing from the ball.
It seems Anna is wearing the same thing, like from the ball. Not the same dress, but the same dress that she wore at the ball.
Mm-hmm.
She just kind of went to sleep in it.
Oh.
So she just looks like a disaster of a human being.
Kirei actually took hers off because the fuck does she care? She was probably rooming with Yanto anyways.
I mean, you didn't have to actually. There are enough guest rooms for all of you.
Oh.
None of you see Sukino.
Yeah. Given how I found him last time, I think we are going to need to retrieve him.
She begins searching rooms for Tsukimono, who is certainly still asleep.
He is like in deep REM sleep. He's just gone. He's out.
Elbow drop.
You gonna elbow drop him? You gonna
I
do
mean-
that?
She's going to just try and shake him awake first.
He rolls over. He puts a pillow on his head.
Yanto sort of, Yanto shows up in just his trousers. Just, oh no! If I'm getting up, he's getting up as well. You, come on up.
Kirei, I really want
your
Kirei-
words fall on deaf ears.
I really want Kirei to channel a different character, even if it is out of character for her in this moment. She is overcome with the sudden urge to kick him hard enough to clear him of the bed.
Yanto just kind of.
Oh no, not another one, says Grayson, coming in. You want me to get rid of? You want me to get him out of there?
No,
that's all right.
I have this for reasons I cannot adequately explain. And then she gives him a mighty kick.
He yelps in pain, shifts, falls off the bed into a big mess of pillows and blankets.
I have the strangest feeling of deja vu.
Kirei, what the fuck?
I don't know what came over me. I just felt like it was something that needed to be done.
That's the same thing that I was gonna do.
Is that what Grayson said?
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay, you two now scare me a little bit. I'm gonna go outside and find a shirt.
Hey man, you don't gotta. What, I said that, didn't I? Oh god, I hate waking up in the morning.
I mean, I think
just
they're gonna
gonna-
have an issue with me not with me
I'm
showing.
just, I'm just gonna go be Vara for the next week.
Forever.
Kirei just looks at Grayson and goes, "It appears we are the only ones capable of getting up on time."
Yeah, looks like. Well,
Is Tsukimono getting up? Turned.
I'm awake. I have. I should be used to that by now. I thought for just this once, maybe I could sleep without pain.
He shouldn't be used to it at all in this universe. Hikane is just as bad of a sleeper as he is.
Fair.
If anything, he probably has to wake her up.
Yeah, he gets up and he goes, and because each of these rooms have bathrooms, he goes and he brushes his teeth and does all of his morning routine.
Oh, right. Of course. Yeah. Kirei will then politely wait outside from here on out.
If anyone is not doing a healthy morning routine, he will chastise them for it.
The mission is of...
He will chastise them about their dental health and the necessity of having at least a glass of water, which there are sinks here that have purified water. That's cold, so you can't complain about it.
I
If
am not in the habit of bringing my bathroom supplies on missions.
There is a satchel currently being held by Necros. He has some spares.
Why do you have spares? Tsukimono,
For Hikane, mostly.
okay, I suppose that does make some amount of sense, but still, it's going a bit overboard.
Meanwhile, Yanto has filled up a sink with cold water, searched around for toothpaste, failed to find any, got some hand sanitizer, squirted some into his mouth, and dunked his head in the sink.
Ugh.
There's
Yes.
just bubbles coming up from his
We all-
submerged head.
I assume
in the hallway, Anna, currently in Avara, is just like, "Hey, Yanto, you didn't find any toothpaste either, did you?"
he kind of burps and bubbles come out.
Hand sanitizer and water.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. High
It's
five.
as bad as I thought it was. Gives a wet and somewhat weak high five.
Probably low five because we're the lowest of the low.
Oh, come on. The view's great from down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
So everyone gets ready. And wakes up and heads up from the guest rooms to the Vista. You see in the Vista a very familiar Excalibur and a very familiar Volt. Volt cracks, to be specific.
Oh,
I assume Trinity's just been sort of following around. I assume Trinity actually joined in on Tsukimono and chastising Kirei to brush her teeth.
She was standing next to Tsukimono making the same exact motions that he was making without words.
I have created. Oh no, I should never have brought these two together. What have I done?
They both, like, after the fact, they both looked at each other and gave each other both a firm nod of acknowledgement because, like, their lecture game is on point.
Well, Yanto waves from Rhino. Hey guys.
MT, Byron, it is good to see you still in the game.
It is good to see that you are all still in the game too.
I haven't seen you guys since we started.
You've seen technically you've seen Yanto and
Yeah, you've
Anna.
seen,
You haven't seen Kirei though.
I haven't seen you since we started.
Hey again. It's been a couple days.
What? We got separated, and are you guys all right?
But we had to suffer through a party and some questionable beverage choices. But apart from that, we're okay.
Apart from the poison gas, I am fine.
Wait,
I
poison
had a
gas?
I had a pretty good time.
Also, I missed a chance to meet up with you early on. I was isolated in a small area for the first day.
By the way, just so you guys know, this whole time Trinity has been wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
She's still wearing. No, she probably she didn't slip into a. Did she change back into that, or is she in a dress from the ball?
No. She must have been wearing that during the ball.
She was absolutely wearing that during the ball.
Okay,
Because, like,
I am
she
not
can't,
gonna
like, put a dress on over her dressy, like, skin.
That's
It's already
true.
very dressy.
Oh yeah, because she's the one
is Trinity
skin, so
Strike
she has also she has Trinity Series. She almost has like a mini skirt as it is or something, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice.
She has a very ballroom-esque kind of skirt. So she was already very ballroom. She might have taken the Hawaiian shirt off for dancing purposes, but, like, she put it back on. So yes, she's still wearing a Hawaiian shirt. MT Trinity Strega is wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
You know what? I'm glad that she's expressing herself. I'm not going to say anything. Just give her a thumbs up.
She returns the thumbs up.
Well, this is great. This is awesome that we're all together now. The vault is right back there.
Really?
Vault?
Alt.
Yeah.
That sounds like there's something important there.
I think Hikana and I had found that once.
Oh?
Yeah. She killed me shortly after, so I don't actually know what else what happened afterwards.
Yeah, so just face palms, of course.
I mean no offense, but I do consider us somewhat fortunate we haven't run into her yet.
If we
Come
run
on.
into her, she'll kill us all.
Oh, come on. There's more than enough. Well, there's probably enough. Okay, some of us might survive.
The
She might
point of
get
the
bored and
vault is
walk
that
off.
it has the key to get out of here.
Oh?
Yeah, what have you guys been doing?
Mostly collecting these. She shows her she shows the orb with the collected symphony. Or the collect. There's one piece missing, I believe.
And Grayson is just like, and I kind of just ran into them like yesterday, like really late evening yesterday. Eh.
Also, when Yanto and I ran into each other, we had two parts of it. I had found a key, and he had found a corresponding container that went with it, and we found this. She will show the glove she is wearing.
Yeah, and MT, you can listen to all of those audio logs at your leisure.
Huh.
Do you suppose they have a table big enough for all of us?
I guarantee you they do.
No, I apologize. All of our tables seat 2 and 2 alone.
Can we push them together?
Oh,
No.
Ooh.
Let me hang on a second. I know how to talk to stuff. You can arrange seating arrangements for all of us to sit together, or I will unscrew your head.
No, I would suggest not. Not. It is fine.
Not. Okay, so I shall.
Kirei will go up to. Kirei suddenly has an idea, and will go up to Trinity and go,
This is your chance. You can sit with Excalibur.
Shit.
Oh my god. Trying to eat my fist to stop from laughing. Fuck.
I realized that as soon as MT showed up.
Shit. Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
See, if otherwise, Kirei was actually going to have Trinity decide who she wants to go sit with. But come on, now that Excalibur's here, we know who she wants to sit with, right?
You know those meme images of someone like taking a rag and wiping sweat off their forehead? That's Trinity right now.
You know what I mean?
How many rags at this moment? 5, 6?
She doesn't sweat, but gosh, if she could. Yanto.
Yo.
Anna will be like, "Hey man, it's cool. I'd have a meal with you.
Oh, okay.
We don't gotta assault the robot.
It's just I haven't got into a fight since we got here, and I feel like I've sort of
Well,
feels like it's been too easy.
I'm sure we'll encounter something soon enough.
Yeah. No, it'd be nice to have breakfast with you.
Yeah, that would be cool." And she'll pop out of Ivara.
Yeah, he'll pop out.
She steps out of Ivara, and you two get a table. So, MT, you can freely go back to the vault, but if you want to use any of the other doors out of the Vista,
Mm-hmm.
you will have to you will have to have a breakfast for 2 with someone of your choosing.
I mean, I still want food.
There's also that.
Yeah.
This is going to be a place where you can get a food.
Yeah, I need food. Whatever. I'll have another emotional fucking trip. It's fine.
Who do you want to sit down with? Because you have a lot more choices this time. Yanto's going off with Anna, but that still leaves Kirei, Tsukimono, Byron, and Grayson.
You know what? Let's catch up with Kirei.
Yes. I'd like to catch up with what you have been doing as well.
Trinity is she's very, very nervous. She will, if Excalibur will have her she will have breakfast with him, even though she can't eat food like normal. Unfortunately,
Neither of them can. They just sit at a table.
A robotic waiter just comes over with 2 cans of polish and some chamois leathers.
and let's see. I'm just gonna roll a single die and just get evens or odds.
Does this end favorably or poorly?
Evens is Excalibur will in fact sit with her. Nope.
Oh,
Girl,
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry.
No, I'm gonna fucking rib him. I'm gonna be like, be nice to her.
He like he holds up his hands, almost just like, "What do you want from me?"
Be nice to her. I just told you.
He shrugs, and then we'll accept her invitation.
And then that leaves the 3 boys left over.
Oh man, that's true. So Grayson, Tsukimono, and Byron. Tsukimono is just
Literally,
like,
they have a table for 3 for a bachelor's breakfast.
oh,
Oh, the sausage brunch.
oh, I think. Yeah,
Hey, for all you know, Grayson and Byron could be a thing.
it's true. They could. I mean, honestly, like they're gonna go have a table together.
Are we leaving Tsukimono alone?
Tsukimono just goes to the bar and starts and orders an orange juice.
Tsukimono is just like, may I have a table for 2? One for me and the other for introspection. Sir, that is not a sentient being. Yes, I know, but I'm at my wit's end on figuring out anything else.
He just shouts across, just pog Necros in the seat opposite you.
Did he even bring Necros? I was under the impression the whole time that he just.
No, he's with Necros.
He's in Necros. He's been in Necros.
Okay.
Kirei just found him outside of Necros because he found him like asleep, I think.
Yeah.
Or just waking up.
Yep.
Or something.
Yeah, he'll just park Necros in a chair.
Just very quiet.
My dinner with Necros.
So, let's see here. Who wants to have a scene first? Kirei and MT. Do you want to have a do you want to have a dramatic talk?
Is this really gonna be dramatic?
We have to. It's how we pay for the meal.
It has to be
It has to be emotional.
It has to be an emotional talk.
Meanwhile, MT is the only one that knows that, though, and has not said anything to anybody else.
Yeah.
And orders one of the largest things on the menu.
Kira orders a well-balanced breakfast.
Empty just gets a 20-ounce steak.
Ah, breakfast steak, my favorite.
Steak and eggs.
So yeah, who wants to go first? Luke or Zach and Manda?
I'll do it.
Okay.
I volunteer.
All right, you guys are sitting down to have a quasi-romantic breakfast. I mean, it has there's like a beautiful view of some old North city. It's a lovely morning.
Our what was his name? Zyphos?
Yeah, Dark Median Zyphos.
Yeah.
Our comedian Zyphos must have had had some interesting tastes between this and the ballroom.
There's a lot of rooms. There's a lot of rooms in this maze that don't seem like they would make sense.
Yes, it is very curious. More and more I'm wondering if the purpose of this test isn't to test what would normally be considered Tenno skills.
It really just kind of seems like he was experimenting with a lot of different stuff and then put it all together. Shoving food into her mouth.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and clear that shock now. You'll be able to eat.
True, it does seem like he was much more concerned with research. I believe he only made this trial because the Orokin Emperor, according to the audio logs, he only made this trial because the Orokin Emperors forced him to.
Had to show something for his work, huh?
Indeed. And even then, I suspect he didn't finish it till either after or he was about to be exiled.
That really does make you all the more curious, though, doesn't it? What the prize could be?
Indeed. It also... So you said you found a vault and you believe it has a key?
Yes.
Do you know what the key is to?
Yes.
Oh, do tell.
What do you call them? Void something or other.
Oh, it's a void key to a void gate?
Yeah, that's it.
I see.
I found the gate too. Well, I found it once. Didn't have a key.
I can't help but wonder if, given his use of portals everywhere else here, if our Archimedean had a bit of a sense of humor using all these portals he invented himself and then making part of the trial a void gate you need to get through.
It would make sense. It's about the only thing that's made sense, I guess.
I suppose. I'm curious then, though. The logs we found, I feel as though something must happen if you find all of them as well.
A bonus?
But perhaps, given their contents, I suspect they were not part of the original plan of the trial. He must have already been intending to leave, to disappear when he left them here.
Seems to be like his legacy, you know? Scattered around.
Indeed. There are not too many intact Orokin legacies left.
Hey, I probably don't say this enough, and it's probably, I mean, it probably doesn't need saying, but, thank you again for sticking with me.
Of course. I would not abandon a fellow Tenno, no matter their origin. And I am not one to generally believe in predestination, but it does seem almost fate that we have met you.
Why do you think that?
Well, given what we've been uncovering and your connection with it, it seems like it would not be a coincidence. Otherwise, it would be a rather large coincidence, seeing as we did not cotton on to the rogues through investigating you directly in any way. We simply happened to, after once we joined up with you.
Yeah. It's kind of funny how it all worked out.
I don't mean that in a bad way. If anything, I place a great deal of hope in you.
In me?
Yes. I think if anyone can bring this conflict to a peaceful resolution, I think it would be you. The more you remember, the more we uncover about you. And the more I come to believe that.
I don't know who I was before all this, but I think I'm slowly figuring out who I am now. And that's... a lot of it is because you guys have shown me
It's okay.
I...
It is okay. I am perhaps not in as extreme of a way, but I think I have only begun to recently figure out my own identity, one separate from what I used to be.
I guess when time doesn't seem to matter, you can do anything you want. You can be anyone you want.
I suppose we do have more time than most to figure it out, huh?
I think that's pretty good. That was a pretty good emotive moment. Both of you can raise your relationship with each other by 1 die, assuming it is below 3.
It's already at 4.
Already at 4? Okay.
You have a 4-point relationship with Kirei?
You and Yanto are the closest people to me.
Damn. I mean, this actually raised it from 2 to 3 for Kirei.
Okay.
I didn't realize you had that many. You had.
I would probably die for you guys at this point.
Oh God, I don't want to think that. I don't even want to look at what my relationship is with you guys.
Sam isn't here, so I can't make fun of him.
You want me to text him?
Please do. Please text him a reminder that relationships go above 3.
I'm gonna text him right now. I'm gonna
Relationships go to 5.
hey, playing monsters. Just talking about how are my 4D relationships with my friends. Hey, Ryan Macott
Yeah.
talking about my great 4D relationships with my friends. Send.
This is wonderful. This is absolutely wonderful.
You're all awful people. Why do
Yeah,
you
I
have to
know.
make this poor man suffer?
Because he's like one of my best friends.
Yeah.
He just texts me back, fucking.
Ask
He
him-
says in all caps, "Yeah, sounds nice."
Yeah. Ask him if he's aware that relationships go above 3.
No. He knows. This is perfect. This is exactly how I wanted this exchange.
Excellent. Okay.
But MT, yeah. After that quiet little moment, she smiles a bit, and she puts her fork down and be like, "Check, please."
And yeah, a robot maid comes up and is just like, "Oh, it seems you have had an emotional moment between one another."
MT looks very smug. She's got that like little cat face grin.
That means, of course, that your meal is now paid for.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Oh.
you for dining here. We hope to see you again.
That hit the spot.
I am rather fortunate I was eating with you. Most moments with me could not be described as very emotional.
You a liar.
Girl, you a liar.
She's not a liar, but she's just not without her own blind spots.
Mm.
So, Yonto.
Oh,
You're having a nice breakfast with Anna.
yeah. Yanto orders, I don't know, eggs Benedict.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you want to have?
And Anna is just like, chicken and waffles sound kind of awesome.
Oh, dirty. In a
I
good
know,
way. In a
right?
good way. Mm. So,
I gotta say, if this whole maze was just some weird Orokin's idea of a dating game, I'm pretty okay with it.
this has been pretty good.
Yeah. I'm sorry there hasn't really been like a lot of enough fighting for you.
Okay, that may have come out a bit weird. I'm not exactly looking for a fight, and it's just this is kind
Dude,
of how
Don't
everything's
worry,
been going.
it's like most of us are like that. It's not abnormal.
No, I just
If anything's abnormal, it's me and the other game wardens.
why'd you say that?
Because we quit. We don't fight anymore. Here we are, these really badass warrior monks, samurai, ninja, whatever school you trained in. And rather than use that at all, we play Lunaro. And like, I don't regret it, but I know that there are Tender that look down on us for it. I know that there are lives we could be out there saving and using our skills for, but he shrugs.
You've got nothing to feel ashamed for. I mean, you're doing what we all want to do. It's just that we're still in a weird situation where, yeah, maybe we can make a bit of a difference here and there. I mean, Tenno are around, but they're not as big a force as I think people like to think they are. None of them know the kind of people we actually are. All they see are the frames. They see the thing is coming from the sky and cutting up Grenier and Corpus, and they just think that we're these infallible knights just crusading through the galaxy trying to make a difference, when in actuality we're small, scared, confused kids who are never going to get a normal life, who have a choice which is either hide or engage in a brutal and some would argue pointless fight. I don't think there's anyone here, anyone who looked down on you, anyone who would honestly say they wouldn't rather have been able to grow up, have a family, have friends, even if it only meant living a fraction of the amount of time we've had. Because that's a life.
We were never meant for that. And I don't even mean in a spiritual sense.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Back when the Zariman 10-0, I spent a lot of time alone, hiding from everyone. People were going out of control, and I was skinny and flexible, and I could fit into spaces. And I had myself holed up in the captain's quarters for a while. And I hacked his computer because I had nothing better to do. We were never meant to live.
Yanto's just gone quite still, breathing very shallowly. What do you mean?
Do you know how the last-ditch effort for an Orokin to live?
I know.
That's all we were. Maybe on the spiritual side, we were the whole matter of fate. Maybe we were just karmic retribution for that.
Yanto grips the table and throws it across the room and silently walks out.
Yeah, Butler lets you go wherever you want. That was emotional.
Yeah, how many exits are there?
There's an elevator that heads on down. There's the
I'm just numerous in terms of number. How many exits?
3.
Do you want to roll a 1d6 and tell me which one I go through?
Sure. You go through the first one. You head back down into the you leave through the entrance and head down into the guest rooms.
Fair enough.
I assume this draws Kirei and MT's attention.
Yes, although the player of MT is currently downstairs in the kitchen.
Ah. Well, then perhaps since I imagine we will both react to that.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to
I'll
that.
wait a sec, since I imagine we will be. I guess
by the way,
describe
Yanto, it isn't on your mind at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead and add a relationship die with Anna because you now understand what knowledge she has to live through.
That is absolutely fair.
You understand the existential knowledge that she seldomly shares with other people, and only with you because you have a 2D relationship together.
Oh.
And did you know that relationships go above 3?
Shut your fucking face.
Let's see something here. You know what?
Okay, describe what happens at our other tables.
Sure. So what happens at the other tables? So Byron and Grayson sit together, and they chat. They introduce themselves to each other. Byron does like kind of his best here to like remain chill, because he was the one that asked Grayson if he wanted to have like a breakfast for two, and it was kind of based on more on the fact that he's like a fan of the Game Wardens, and also he thinks Grayson is pretty cute. So he's like kind of starstruck and kind of like and already like kind of had a crush on him anyway. But like he knows that like his part of the team is seeming like the stoic and like the stoic one that's always pushing forward. So like he kind of keeps himself chill, slipping up occasionally though. Whereas Grayson's just happy to have the company. He and Byron chat about Lunaro and about friendly competitions in general, and Grayson ends up agreeing that yeah, it would actually be pretty cool if the Delta Elemental, if the Delta Team Delta Elemental would, you know, learn Lunaro and perhaps even some other sportsy games. Grayson would be more than willing to teach them, and he figures that the Game Wardens would be more than willing to just do some kind of exhibition matches with them, just for fun. And Byron is kind of all about that. Like he's pretty hype, actually. He's hype. He's more hype than he can actually hide. Sugimoto, he just has a quiet breakfast to himself.
Enjoys the moment.
He enjoys the moment. Like he sits out on the balcony and like looks over the city and enjoys the breeze.
There's a moment where he looks off over, he looks out in the balcony and the wind blows and his hair ruffles in the wind just perfectly, and
I'm sure. And like, and everyone and their mother just kind of looks over in like a bit of awe.
Did that motherfucker just sparkle?
as that motherfucker just sparkled. And yeah, he enjoys a nice quiet breakfast to himself. And
Does he get a relationship with his Necros? Does he consider what? Does he at all imagine what Necros would be like if he were to awaken, like Excalibur and Trinity?
Yeah, sure, that's what happens. This is exactly how it goes. You wonder how Necros would be if Necros had were awake like this. And Trinity Strike Out and Excalibur, they have, it's a very awkward moment. They don't order any food, and honestly, they are not even required to participate in this challenge at all. They're Warframes.
Right.
They're occupied by the Tenno. They're not even participants here, but Trinity has taken the opportunity. And Excalibur was browbeat into being nice to her. And well, she discovers that Excalibur understands the concept of language, and she's kind of enamored by that because she doesn't quite, like, she's able to understand the concepts that the Tenno say and everything. She's able to understand, but she has a really hard time conveying since she's never quite done that ever before. And Excalibur speaks with her like that, though. He writes on paper to communicate with her, and she's pretty kind of all about that. And she learns that Excalibur, that it's not that he's cold, and it's not that he's intentionally dismissive of the other Warframes. It's that he doesn't know how to properly communicate with them because he can't do that anymore. And he doesn't explain, but Trinity accepts that response. And seems to indicate that she'd be more than willing to help him try. And he begrudgingly admits that he would kind of like that. And then, yeah, at some point, Yanto knocks his table over and storms out back towards the guest rooms.
Oh shit! I should have known that this would be too much for him. Yanto and emotions is like fucking oil and water.
Anna looks kind of awkwardly where she's sitting, and
I'll walk up to her.
She just stood up. She was going to go up to the balcony, and then she looks at see. Oh, hey.
Hey! Is everything okay? Did he upset you? Did he say something stupid? He's really dumb sometimes.
No, he didn't. He didn't say anything stupid. I think I did. I just kind of blurted out something that I probably should not have. And I think it really made him angry. So he didn't. It was me. It was me.
You don't have to make excuses for him. He's not really great processing emotions.
Yeah, neither am I.
Look, I know we just met, but I'm sorry if this is too much. I knew what this room had to entail, and I should have said something.
What's it entail?
You don't use currency here. You use emotion. If you want a meal, you have to earn it.
Wow, that's kind of messed up.
Well, it's a little. I honestly didn't think it would be that messed up where he would storm out. What? I should go talk to him.
I don't know. Should I go with, or should I just stay here?
If you want to.
You've probably seen Kira has already followed him basically as well. She went straight after Yonto.
Oh, maybe we should let her deal with it, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. They're close. She'll go.
Is the food good?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah?
And she's like kind of making sure that her hair is in her eyes, more or less, because her eyes are a little puffy and red.
I'm gonna try to be emotionally supportive.
Okay. Okay, you can go ahead. Roll charm.
Face plus charm. Maybe I should use a relationship. I'll use my relationship with Yanto because he really likes her, and I want to make sure that he's okay. So I know it'll upset him if she's upset. At least I assume so. I don't know what they talked about. 3 8s.
3 8s.
3
Okay.
8s.
Yeah. Yeah, you can cheer her up. You guys can like order coffee or tea or something and like sit on the balcony and do what Tsukimono is doing and just kind of take in the sights out past the balcony. And
You know
the
what? Let's
sound and
fucking
stuff.
invite Tsukimono over. I don't care that he can share a seat with me.
Yeah.
Fuck the rules.
You guys say fuck the rules and you pull a couple of tables together. And like the robots are looking at you so judgmentally, but like
Well.
you already paid, so they can't do anything about it.
In fact, we paid extra because our Warframes had an emotional moment and they didn't even order anything.
Yeah.
We get a freebie.
It's true. It's true. They're still actually sitting at a table together.
That's cute. Proud of him.
He looked over your way and watched like what happened with Yonto and was just like mindful of like, are we gonna have to go? But then clearly it wasn't necessary.
Mm-hmm. We're all together at this point. If anyone goes, we all go. Kirei has approximately 23 hours to bring Yanto back here.
Yeah. Byron comes over and sits in the other chair.
Hell yeah. It's a party now.
Well, I suppose that could have gone better.
It could have gone worse. Let's be fair. This room's a little tough.
Hey, where's Byron? Yes. Where did Grayson go? Moment cut away.
Okay.
Kira, you run into the guest rooms. So Yanto, when you storm into the guest rooms, do you leave the guest rooms? Like, do you keep on going? Do you head? Because it was via the tasteful clown painting that you had taken to get to the vista. Do you go to the tasteless Kubro painting, or do you go to the main exit, or do you just go into the guest rooms before being caught up before Kira catching up to you?
Oh, I always want you to roll another d6 to see which direction he goes. Yeah, go for it.
Sure. I'll roll a d6. No, I'll roll a d8 actually. The
Traumatized the answer just turns into a Roomba bumping into corners until he finds a direction.
the 7 to 8 will be, or no, never mind. 6 will be fine because the 1 to 2 can just be you're caught in the guest rooms. Okay. You find you storm past the tasteless Kubra portrait, and you find yourself in what looks like some kind of land of twilight. There are hills and dead trees. It looks like it's fall, or like late fall, early winter, but snow hasn't happened yet. There are no leaves on any of these trees. They're dead. They're kind of dried out a little bit. It's not forested, but it's a pretty expansive landscape. And the door that you take to get here isn't attached to anything. It's just a door in the middle of this hilly plain. And as you're standing there, after a moment, do you storm ahead still, or do you just kind of like stand there and go, huh?
Oh, he's not really paying much attention to his surroundings. He's not in Rhino, I think, at the moment. Yeah, he just starts kind of plodding forward, kind of just clutching his arms around his chest.
Okay. It's a little chilly. Just so you know, you feel a little bit of a chill on your skin. Like I said, late fall, early winter. Probably space Europe. You don't know. And eventually, Kira, are you still in? No. Trinity is confirmed to be out there. Yeah,
she is absolutely out of Trinity. Yes, she is.
Yeah, you catch up to him.
Yanto.
He takes a few more paces before stopping. Looks over his shoulder. What?
What happened?
I think I got the answer I've been looking for.
And what answer is that?
She starts heading up to him.
That there's nothing for me to miss. There's no future that I should be angry about losing. Continuity. That's where we were going. We'd already lost. I didn't hurt her, did I?
Kira, you don't know. You just stormed after him. See?
Not. She did not seem physically harmed, but I would not be surprised if she was upset.
You hear behind you. Yeah, I think you made the girl cry. And you see Nova. Nova has what appears to be 2 extra pairs of arms made of energy that are kind of behind her. Each one holding a each one holding a spherical ball of energy death. But they flick their wrists and they disappear. And so do the arms.
She recognized what that is?
That is. Go ahead and give me a remember check.
Like, as the player, I don't immediately recognize what that is. So
Yeah, give me a remember check.
Sure. It seems similar to a specific thing that we've seen before, but I'm not sure if that's the same. 2 7s.
You realize that his signature Warframe is actually a modified Nova Azuri. Suddenly you understand why he's so dangerous.
What does that mean to me?
Out of character, you know that is the special skin for Nova.
Okay. Yeah.
Deluxe.
The deluxe skin for Nova, it has a really cool feature where like 4 to 6 arms will of energy will kind of like be out of her back.
When she's casting.
When she's casting, but like in a very Hindu like way, so you see them from the front and they're not like poking out of her spine.
Zenyatta is here.
Right.
Yeah, very very Zenyatta like.
Zenyatta frame.
He must have used wormhole to catch up.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to be using the default helmet for Nova Azuri. He's actually using one of Nova's regular helmets. But yeah, you recognize that as Nova Azuri was that particular model was considered a god of death and destruction. Not a legendary warrior of death and destruction, but people worship it as a god. And Nova steps forward.
Do you know?
Who's he addressing?
Grayson.
He's quiet. Would it change anything if I did?
I just want to know how that made a difference for you, if it made a difference for you. Because right now I'm having to reassemble a lot of stuff that I based on a future I wanted to have.
Eventually. Yeah, I know. But back then, I'm pretty sure I knew too. At least I had the idea, the theory. We were gifted kids. We were good at what we did. But we were good at things that could have been maintained, they could have been kept. There are extra skill sets that someone could inherit
Good breeding.
I wasn't stupid. I was a contributor to all of my rage.
You were wiser than I up until Nata's arrival. I firmly believed in them. Believed that they were helping us.
I didn't believe in anything. What was there to believe in? No, I can't speak for all of us. No, I came from a low class. Low breeding. But I was good. I didn't stand a chance. Saruman Tenzir or not. I just accepted that was just the way of life. I was just going to be someone's puppet eventually. That was just how the Empire worked. So when the Orokin pointed me in a direction and said, "Burn that," I did. It made me feel better.
See it.
So you just took solace in complicity.
I figured that's how the world worked. That wouldn't change. Didn't matter how many people I killed. I wiped out. I wiped out the entire civilization of Ceres. Every one of them. Hunted them down and killed them. Not personally, not with my own hands. Not even in my own flesh. Not even up close. All from a distance. Because that's how I thought the world worked. But that's not how the world works.
The Empire was doomed to fall. We were simply the spark.
The Queens already planned their revolution. I was to stamp out insurrections, rebellions. Even I didn't notice it. The Grenier slaves, they just seemed to be toiling away.
I barely remember most of my missions.
I remember every single one.
And that's why you are part of the Game Wardens now, then.
Was it so obvious?
When I
Better than drinking myself into eventual liver failure.
That's how we cope. We find some way to change, to direct ourselves towards a goal. Because the only other option is to let our anger consume us.
The baseless anger, too. The one you can't do anything about. That's what you're feeling right now, Yonto. And you have no one you can attack. No one can exact revenge for this injustice.
I know. As much as I'd like to. As I. It's. It's like there's nothing left to believe in. Just. It's lie after lie. It's hollow hope after hollow hope. All the people you killed, all the people we've killed since, it's changed nothing. What point is there to any of this?
On the contrary, it's changed everything.
I know about you, Yonto. Your missions. We served together once, though I doubt you remember it.
I put a lot of that behind a door in my head.
Most have. Almost all of us have met before. Almost all of us have served in a squad together. Before we went to sleep, while we were sleeping. Yonto,
Yeah,
you were never a monster. Well, on a couple of missions that you and I were on, you weren't. It was a campaign on Neptune, stamping out an insurrection there. The Corpus cult, before they were called the Corpus. We were to eradicate them to the very last man. You destroyed their proxies. You killed everyone holding a gun. But you never went after civilians.
what happened to them?
Me. I happened to them.
My point still stands.
The point that it changed nothing. You didn't take the action. I can't speak to your other missions. Just that one. You were going to fight me over it. I remember thinking, what high horse is this guy on? We're here to solve. We're here to complete a mission, and this is our mission.
Genocide. That was our mission.
Mm-hmm.
And I was picky. And you were thorough.
Yeah.
Even back then, I was a fuck up.
No. You were a good man. Again, this is based on our two missions together. I can't speak to your others. So now I have to ask. Are you going to be returning and apologizing to Anna?
Yes, yes.
All
Just-
right. That's good. In that case, I'll let you share this with her. I won't take the advice from her mouth.
What?
She knows about me, about what I did. She's had a very important thing to me. This was after she joined. I was still quiet, reserved, just trying to feel out my options. And she told me that monsters can change. The future isn't set in stone. There is no such thing as destiny.
And you don't believe that?
I don't believe that. You're asking?
That's what I'm thinking.
I do. Actually. I do.
But you won't take her advice.
It's a work in progress. You guys put your missions on the back burner. You don't think about them. I can't think of anything but.
Well, I hope you can put it away someday.
I don't. That wouldn't be justice.
So you'd rather...
Penance will happen eventually. It's just a matter of finding when and how. And refusing to kill again until that time comes.
If it makes you at peace with the choices you make, then fine. You do you.
That's all we can do. Is us and finding our own place. Forging our own path, destiny, all that.
Yeah.
You should.
Hmm?
You should go. Anna's waiting, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think I've finished making a complete fucking scene of myself. Thank you. Both of you.
I don't know you very well. My only experiences with those 2 missions. But Anna seems to like you.
And the fact that you apparently came down here ready to kick our asses.
Means that,
You care about her?
yes. Her and the rest of the team.
Understandable.
They're like family. I'm sure, as MT and Kira are here to you.
Yeah. Not
You'd
just
probably come storming at me if I broke Kira's heart too.
I would try not to.
Yeah, would you succeed?
I'd rather not find out.
No, I'm not going to break Kira's heart.
I do not think you have to worry. My heart is not so easily broken.
Exactly.
Right, well, if you guys want to explore, he looks around himself, this lovely autumn wonderland, by all means feel free.
I'll
I'm going to go upstairs and, well, expect to be punched in the face.
She does not seem the type.
I was more likely to do that.
MT
no,
might-
She's not going to.
I was thinking of MT as well.
Okay.
Well,
In that
Yeah.
case, yes, you may want to brace yourself.
Possibly Trinity and Excalibur as well.
No idea who that girl is, but she looks like she can throw a mean right hook.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. I'll see you guys later.
You head out. You head back there. After a moment, I'm not going after him.
I will in a minute. I wish to share something with you first.
Sure.
I have done a lot of thinking on similar lines as you. And I have come to I have been forced to come to a conclusion. There is no penance in death.
I agree.
I'm glad.
That was my first conundrum after waking up. Seeing the world as it was.
Yes, it was quite a shock. I may not remember my missions exactly, but it is an artificial loss of a kind. I get glimpses, though, in dreams usually.
You don't need them.
Perhaps. But
Before
I-
waking is not who we are anymore.
I understand. I believe so too. I am trying to be a different person than I was then. However, but at the same time, I believe it is Whether by my own will or not, it is still wrong to deny the things I did.
What do you plan on doing about it?
I have a rare opportunity to perhaps help directly some of those I hurt. That at least is a start.
That's what you should do. Now, if there are still people alive that you've hurt, you must make amends with them. If it's not amends, then something.
I will find a way.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
I know we barely know each other, but
Mhm.
you seem of a like mind. And we're Tenno. We're not helpless.
She nods. Then, yeah, with that as in any case, I think that should be enough time. Do you intend to return as well?
I'm not going to be able to.
No? Why not?
I've been in someone's crosshairs for the last 10 minutes.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Then perhaps I should assist you before I go.
No. Not like this. They haven't focused on you. Because you're outside of your Warframe. There's at least some honor there.
Mhm.
But if you raise your hand, you'll go before I will. They likely can't hear us, though. Whoever it is. You should probably, if you're going to go back to them, calmly do so. As if you have no idea what I just told you. And, well, I'll see you in a couple of days.
I suppose so. Kirei will, Kirei will... So, you said, so this is a hilly area, right?
Yeah. Hilly, there are trees, rocks, badlands, kind of all over the place. The trees are all dead, no leaves anywhere.
Ooh, this will be fun. I haven't done this in a while. Kirei will calmly head towards the door.
Okay.
However,
You
hold on. Oh,
there is a thing that happens as soon as you are no longer standing next to Noversary.
oh,
A shot goes right through her head. The very second you are no longer a potentially in the way.
Kirei disappears,
The Warframe tumbles to the ground.
and then she goes stalking from the towards the direction of the shot, invisible, as she cloaks herself in the void.
Okay.
She is at least she cannot fight, presumably someone in a Warframe, but she might be able to figure out who they are, and that might be important knowledge.
Okay. Yeah. Look, I guess I'll roll courage. Have you roll courage though? Firstly,
Sure.
You know, Grayson isn't dead or even hurt,
Right.
but like, you two just kind of had a moment, and you learned
Oh.
some similarities between the two of you, and he was just
Yeah.
quote unquote killed right in front of you.
I'll throw in relationship with I'll throw in the relationship with Teshin because you know she's done
You've done Conclave.
she's done Conclave, so
Yeah.
2 10s or 3 4s if with this.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you've done Conclave. It's no big.
Yeah, seeing a Warframe get downed in a seemingly lethal way is not unfamiliar to her.
Yeah. Because with that, you also recognize that he could have actually fought back.
Yeah, he's Nova. He could have escaped. She has
Or
a
he could have
begrudging
escaped, or he could have at least done something
to not make it an instantly lethal shot.
to not make it an instantly lethal shot, or fought the person. Or at the very least, you know that I guess with that, you pretty well come to the conclusion that he could have made it non-lethal, but it would have led to him fighting.
Right. He could have fled, but with Nova's abilities, he even stands a good chance of, say, being able to go back to the guest room and getting through another door before the person can get in and see where they went from there.
Mhm.
But yeah, she gets it. She also figures that her presence may have played into it, as perhaps he was worried that if he did not go down immediately, she would be compelled to join the fight and risk getting taken out while out of her Warframe.
It was probably a fair assumption, too.
But yeah, in any case, she wants to see if she can.
Sure. Give me a notice roll.
Can do. Conclave instincts are coming back.
Mm-hmm.
2 10s.
The Ember is changing locations.
Yeah, that was more or less what she figured.
And since you got high enough, it's very in the distance that you can tell that they're a very distant Ember. Ember is changing locations and has a very intentional way of moving. Like, she's obviously avoiding current certain spaces on the ground.
There are traps in this area.
You've only climbed the nearest hill to be able to get a good
Yeah.
look down there. But
Can she tell which Ember it is? She has a pretty good guess, but you know, technically there are 2 Embers in this game.
yeah, there is an Ember Grax and a standard Ember. And that is standard Ember.
Yeah, that's about what she expected. She did strike her as the person by far the most likely to start attacking other Tenno from early on.
You actually had a second set with a lot of width, didn't you?
Yes, for notice.
Yeah.
Didn't
you?
No, that was for my courage.
Oh, sorry. Okay, never mind then.
I did not get a set more than 2 with for notice.
Okay. It's all good then.
As she does find it curious, though. That does seem against her usual style to snipe. Maybe she's relying on that it would be unexpected.
You don't know.
But yeah, she'll return to the others.
Okay, I'm going to pause a second. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
You kids and your emotions.
I'm sorry, we'll bottle them up later.
I'm not the one who had I'm not the one who had an emotional crisis over learning my Warframe could write.
Hey, that's got a lot of awful implications.
Is it?
I just imagine Excalibur just kind of taking a slate doodling, then showing you just like dig butt.
God damn it. No, he knows memes.
They've discovered memes.
Oh,
God
that's
help
how we know he was friends with you.
I have to put him down.
us.
For the best.
Look, we know if there's a meme Warframe, it's Loki. Loki would absolutely show Kirei dick butt.
Kirei, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Kirei, look at this. Kirei.
This is anatomically impossible.
Yeah, it's just I do not understand what I am looking at. This is supposed to mean something to me. I almost had Kirei mention that she was Octavia to Grayson.
I think you were going to, but
Especially as he actually didn't seem to know. He said something implying that he didn't actually recall her or having met her, which makes Tsukimono the one person who's figured it out.
he's a smart cookie.
He is. Well, he's very emotional. Seems like the person that could very empathetic. So he seems like the person that could best go, oh yeah, you may have changed how you look completely, but I still remember you.
Hi, I'm back.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
So Yanto, you head back through the guest rooms, and enter the vista. Everyone is kind of sitting at the balcony.
I want to
enjoying coffee.
imagine that MT is actually like livened the mood quite a bit. And,
Yeah,
like,
you
they're
have.
enjoying each other's company.
Yeah,
So
like-
Yanto just comes in and MT's like, and then I threw up just everywhere.
Oh man, that's awful.
Yeah, and the hood was still zipped up too.
Ooh, oh, that could not have. That didn't come out for days, did it?
Mm.
I have to say, that is still an improvement upon Greta's experience.
Oh.
So, do you know how the transference pods were kind of scattered about, and some of them were being held underwater, and then you would use the device to pull them out of the water?
Yeah, I know all about that from personal experience.
Yes. So, Greta, she after waking, after stepping out of the after she had her Warframe pick her up, her Ember Grax pick her up, and she immediately had an existential crisis right there on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
And she dropped herself
In the water.
into the water.
Yeah.
And she had just woken up, so she didn't quite have the energy to swim.
Oh no.
And she just flailed around there for a while, while also trying to control her Warframe at the same time.
Did you help her?
We were panicking Just to put it lightly, we were panicking. Fedor was shouting. I was shouting. She was shouting.
But underwater, so
But underwater, so it mostly came out as bubbles.
Yeah.
And eventually, Fedor remembered that he pilots a Frost. And so water is no big deal to him. Because he's an idiot.
Yanto.
Yanto kind of has been leaning on the door frame for the last 10 seconds, just listening to this. Yeah.
Hey.
Hey guys.
Yanto, hello.
Does
Sigmund was just like, hello, Yanto. You look like you're doing better.
Yeah.
Anna's
Where's-
awkwardly not saying anything. She's sitting at this at these two tables pulled together with everyone else.
Anna, is it okay if I have a word with you? Just for a second.
Yeah, sure.
Hey. If
Yeah.
you need anything, if you need to be pulled out of the conversation really quick, give me one of these. She sticks her thumb up.
Can do. Thanks.
So if anything goes wrong here, he just sees Anna give her a thumbs up, then he just runs in and, I don't know, haymakers Yanto.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
the
fair
plan.
enough. I'm so
I was gonna make it a middle finger, but
Yeah, she'll step aside with you.
yeah, Yanto. Yanto's like puffy-eyed himself. He's clearly not had a great time of it. I wanted to say I'm really sorry for losing my temper. It wasn't with you at all. So I don't know if it's ever been mentioned, but I've had on a regular basis anger control issues. I've always kind of had this really full on like hate for the Orokin, not just for the using us like they did, but the fact that I'd had a life that I wanted to live, and it turned out that through what I thought was a twist of fate, that something else had happened. And telling me what you've told me kind of threw that out of whack just when I thought I'd managed to get a lid on it. And
I know. I know. I'm really sorry.
you don't have to apologize for that.
I mean, it was stupid. I shouldn't have said anything. I don't know what came over me.
You were honest with me. You confided in me. And I appreciate that so much. I would rather be in the possession of all the facts, no matter how hard they hurt me, than keep on living in some delusion for myself. I'll get through this like I got through it last time. And I'm very grateful that you were there to bring this to me. You're a good person, and the knowledge that you've been living with, I wouldn't wish on anyone else, but it is what it is, and you've been able to move on from that. You're strong.
Thanks. It's kind of what what the game wardens are all about.
Yeah. Miles and Grayson kind of came along as well. I think he wasn't actually going to kick my ass, but there was a tacit agreement that it was always on the table. I think you've done a lot to help him. I think he has a hard time showing it, but
Hey man, Grayson has 2 modes. He has chill and cheerful nihilism. And he has there's like no other mode. I guess if you were chatting with him, you probably found that once upon a time there was another mode, but I think he extricated that like a bad tumor.
yeah. I think he'll get there in his own time. But you set him on the right path.
So I guess I have to ask, is the whole getting mad and throwing a table thing, like, is that a common thing, or is that just because the maze and
Nah, man, I just fucking hate tables.
oh man,
Just fucking.
well,
Why can't we just use it off our laps like normal people? Nah, we got to put it on this
I mean,
great.
I can be cool with that. You just gotta warn me a little bit in advance.
No, I'll warn you the next time I feel like suplexing some interior furniture. No, I'm better. I'm in a constant process of getting better.
Yeah, I think that's all of us.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I scared you or pissed you off, because that was a stupid thing to do. And
Oh
so
no, dude! If you had scared me, I would have broken you into 3 pieces. Dude, if you'd have scared me, I would have I would have just like instantly hit up Ivara and just kind of snapped you over my knee. It would have been rough, yo.
I appreciate that you had that contingency in mind. Just went
No,
in
that's
there.
just instinct. If I'm out of Ivara and she's nearby and like something gives me a spook, well, time to go to Ivara, turn invisible, sneak up behind him, snap him over my knee. Like an automatic thing. I think that's just built into us.
Maybe it's different for different people.
No, you didn't scare me. It was more the emotional side of it.
Oh no, yeah. That's all good.
Kirei can come back at any time, by the way.
She's not going to interrupt the scene while they're talking, so I just assumed that she'd probably saddle
Okay.
alongside MT.
Yeah. Well, over there, yeah, MT Kirei comes back, sits down.
Oh, hey, Kirei. Hey, I was just telling everybody, I'm starting to get really sick of the uppity look these robots are giving us. I mean, like, how many other people are breaking down the door to get in here? We're the only people here!
We are rapidly becoming the patrons that come in, order a cup of coffee, and just sit here and stare at them the whole time.
Well, if we weren't in here, then there would be no one in here, and thus no coffee would get drunk, so...
To be fair, there is a good chance that they do not, there's a good chance that they do not perceive time while we are gone.
So we are irritating them in their perception of time currently.
That would be pretty irritating.
Spiteful, even.
We didn't build them, though. That's not really our fault. We are using the maze to its intended purpose.
I do suppose they have intended most groups move on by now.
The way to succeed is right behind that door there.
Oh.
You don't suppose Grayson didn't like me, do you?
What?
Why do you believe that?
Didn't come back.
Oh, that is because he has been eliminated.
What?
Oh.
Kirei, did you...
Do I seem like a person that can eliminate someone without a Warframe?
Kirei.
Even if I wanted to.
I don't... MT is just being real quiet. She doesn't want to bring up certain things. But she is giving you a look with her lips pursed.
It was not me. He was shot from a sniper. It was Hikane.
I had a feeling that's what you were going to say.
Oh.
I did. Apologies.
That's all right.
She's the one that took out Hydroid.
Hydroid? Wait, I thought Yanto said he left.
He came back, I assume. Look, all I know is that he was gone, and then he must have come back some other time because I saw his Hydroid downed on the floor in one of these rooms. Shot from the back.
It was in a shooting gallery.
Yeah.
He had clearly not seen whoever it was shot him.
And we didn't run into anyone, so I just figured that...
Tsukimono, does Hikane carry a sniper rifle?
Not usually. She didn't bring one in here with her.
It does not seem to suit her style as far as I've seen.
You're sure it was her?
It was Ember and not Ember Grax. Unless somehow someone has taken her Warframe, it must be her. Did
anyone come in with a sniper rifle she could have taken off of them?
Out of character. MT. There is a suspiciously looking non-dusty place in the shooting gallery as though there was a rifle there.
Ding! Oh!
There's the egg timer going off inside MT's head.
The shooting gallery! Of course you could just take a gun out of there. What am I thinking?
Well, she did head off in the other direction at least, so with luck it'll be a bit before we run into her. If we do.
That's even more cause for us to all stick together. If she's trying to pick off people one by one...
What kind of sniper rifle? Sorry, I did not intend to interrupt.
I didn't get a good look. Why do you ask?
Was it an energy weapon?
Must have been. The Hydroid didn't have a hole through its back, it had a singe.
I'll say right now, you recognize that it was some kind of physical object. It was a slug thrower of some kind.
Oh, well then never mind.
No, you know that the Hydroid had been shot in the back with a laser rifle of
Yes.
some kind.
Oh, and
But
Key-Ray knows it was a slug weapon?
yeah, because there was a noticeable
The shot
splatter.
ring.
It wasn't like Nova Azuri's face got burned off. It was something broke through the armor, penetrated, splattered behind.
No, what killed, she does air quotes, Grayson was was definitely a slug weapon. That is vexing then.
I need to go.
What's wrong?
I don't. The only two people we haven't met that I'm familiar with them, but I don't know what weapons they brought in, were Dom and Persephone. But I know that Greta does carry a gridlock.
It was certainly not Greta's Ember Grax I saw, though.
Something perhaps happened to her.
Oh no.
Perhaps. I don't know. But
Possible.
I think I need to take care of this.
We shouldn't split up. If
you
someone's
go-
taking us out one by one, staying together is the best option.
If you go alone, you largely risk becoming Hikane's next victim.
We can all get through the vault, get the key, find the void gate again, and be done with this.
If we do solve it, it does force her to come to us rather than the other way around. Though I do also wish to find the chorus, the last section of this log as well.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to find that, or at least stumble upon it as we try to go through the rooms and find the gate again.
True. There's no guarantee it's not in the vault or otherwise along the way.
Mm-hmm.
It is entirely possible, if it was meant to be a bonus or something on top of succeeding, that it is in the same place as the final prize.
Mm-hmm. We have to be smart about this. This maze was designed even, to make us emotional, desperate, tired, and hungry. But we're in a great place right now together. Let's keep it that way.
And Tsukimoto chimes in to saying, and that is exactly what Hikane would be preying upon, too.
She's smart too.
She's
That
not
makes her dangerous.
She's not the typical user of Ember. Yes, she has. Yes, she fights with momentum, and when her momentum gets too out of control, she herself gets too out of control. But that is only when she is pressing into a melee. Otherwise, she's very patient.
Makes her a good sniper, huh?
Mm-hmm. She just doesn't like to be patient. Not always.
I see.
Can we please stick together?
It's either we stick together or I assist Byron.
You know, you being with him does not necessarily make him safe, right?
It means that he'll be the second target. It would perhaps give him an advantage.
Will you be able to fight her if necessary?
I won't be able to get close enough.
Byron, think about it. Whatever you want to do, is it any better of a plan than finishing this maze as soon as possible together?
Unfortunately, it's not even a matter of finishing the maze as soon as possible. If you finish the maze, that doesn't end the challenge. Challenge
Well,
ends within on the end of the 5th day. My main concern is that Greta might still be alive.
how about this then? Do you believe you can get through the vault without my assistance?
Me?
You and Yanto and Anna.
I mean, I'd really like some people who have been in there before, but I guess I can try.
I ask because if he insists on going and looking for Greta, I still wish to search for the chorus as well. If I would prefer to do the vault first, but a team of 3 will be safer. Even if it kind of gets the drop on one of us, it would still be a 2 versus 1 fight if it came to it. And with Trinity, she will not win a battle of attrition.
All right. How about this? And the interest is not splitting up too far. I will scout only to see if I can find Greta. If I cannot, I will return.
Do you have any way of keeping track of time? I would like us to all be together before the rooms separate again.
That is a good point, and not one I had considered.
MT just folds her arms and has a very sour look on her face.
What I'm trying to say, though, Volt can go incredibly fast.
Faster than a bullet.
Fast enough to make a sniper's aim very difficult.
Exactly. So I could use that as a means of traversing the area quickly and taking stock if Greta is there or not. And if she is not, I will return.
But you know some of these rooms are designed not to move through them quickly.
Very few prevent you from coming back the way you came. As soon as you enter, he can choose not to stick around if necessary.
Byron, I trust you. I think it's a stupid decision, but I trust you.
I just want to find my teammate is all.
I know. I would do the same.
I figured, yes.
Very well.
I had hoped.
We'll wait for you at the beginning of the vault. After we complete it.
Of course. And Tsukumoto's just like, Byron, do you know Morse code? Yes, I do. Why do you ask? Well, she won't shoot me if I'm not a Necros. and he reaches into his pocket and gives him a kind of like a laser pointer or like some sort of high power laser pointer or flashlight. I'll stand in the doorway. We don't have any other way of communicating, unfortunately. But from a distance, you should be able to do this much. And if it gives away my position, it won't. She'll be too focused on me, wondering what sort of trick I'm going to pull.
You're focused on speed and not stealth anyway.
Very well. That's a good idea. Thank you, Sugimoto. Of course. Anything I can do to help assuage my new friends of my lover's intense fiery rage.
I think that's the first time you've said it outright.
What, that she's very angry and destructive?
No, that she's your lover.
Oh. Ah. Sorry. So much emotions have been going about this vista. It's almost hard to...
Kirei smiles.
Yanto just kind of leans over and goes, hang on a second, did you just say you're actually going out with her?
I think I'm going to see myself out now.
Kirei looks at Yanto. Was that not very clearly obvious?
No, I'm just the sweeps we were running for him to actually openly say it have expired by several months.
He sees himself out. Byron goes with.
So is he leaving Necros here then?
He brings Necros, but he's going to leave Necros in the guest rooms.
Gotcha.
Yanto turns back to Arno and goes, and this is why it's better to let your emotions out than keep them bottled up, or at least not give them a name.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. But maybe less
table flipping.
Less table flipping?
Yeah.
Without warning. I mean, I'm 100% down with a table flip. Especially if your bro just happened to take you down like 3 pegs in a VR shooter or something. But warning.
Oh yeah.
So they can at least like reach over and like lift the space Cheetos so you don't spill those.
Oh yeah.
The table.
I was going to say your breakfast. I'm assuming you at least had a little.
I had enough. I'm okay.
I'm not going to end these kind of conversations. Do you want to just sit down with the guys or?
Looks like they're gonna want to do the vault.
Sounds about right. Has anyone seen Grayson?
Oh.
Does he? Kirei will walk up to the two of them. I have some bad news.
That conversation happens.
He will explain again. Grayson getting taken out by Hikane with a high-powered sniper rifle.
And it's just like he didn't teleport away.
I believe given his temperament, I believe he did not wish to get in a fight. I believe he was also worried that I would get embroiled in a fight that would happen out of my Warframe.
Jeez, that's heavy duty.
Well, it is.
It's also totally in line with that idiot's character.
It is a game. I would like to think he, in reality, I do not think he would quite so easily pick that option.
Anna just kind of gives you this flat look of, yeah, you have no idea.
Hey, she just had a talk, and you made it clear he is not just looking for a place to die. They both
Yeah, and she's just like, yeah, I mean, it's a matter of how many people are gonna survive if he takes a bullet for somebody.
I suppose, though. Moreover, we are going to have to be careful, especially in larger areas.
Well, are we not going to be taking a crack at this vault?
Yes, but we'll have to, according to MT, once we find the vault, we also have to get back to a gate.
Right.
The vault should lead to a void key, which opens a void gate that she found. As well, if possible, I wish to search for the last piece of the logs.
Oh, definitely. I'm really curious what that's gonna lead to.
So I'm assuming he nods to the guys heading off. They are off to do something dumb.
You said they're gonna go after Greta?
Yes, Byron is concerned that Greta may have already been attacked. Greta apparently carried a rifle similar to what Hikane was carrying. There is something that concerns me, however.
More than the most dangerous Tenno I think I've run into in a very long time on the warpath with a sniper rifle.
MT said it. According to MT and Byron, it was a different rifle that downed Hydroid, who apparently found his way back into the game somehow.
I'm not going to laugh at that, but know that I normally would.
It's fine. In these circumstances, it is okay to find that a bit amusing. Nevertheless, either Hikane has acquired 2 rifles, and I am not sure why she would change if one was already capable enough, or there is someone else attacking other Tenno as well. She is not the only one.
And there is also a third option.
Which is?
She broke the first rifle over someone's head and had to find a new one. Tell me it's not out of the question.
It seems unlikely as long as she still carries a melee weapon.
This is also fair.
Well, I mean, we don't know much about that Federer kid, but
Your crew, from what it sounds like, they wouldn't attack, right?
well, Dom wouldn't. Persephone is kinda a consummate professional.
Okay.
Persephone, she was in the Vauban.
Yeah, she's in the Vauban. Like I said, she's kind of a consummate professional. I could see her doing that because she knows it's non-lethal. But yeah, if there's anyone that's most likely to make a foul on the field for going a little overboard, it's her.
I see. It is worth considering. It's not impossible it's a member of Delta element of the Delta team, but at the same time, they are still fairly green. I am not certain, I am not convinced they'd be capable of a one-shot kill, especially on a Warframe.
Yeah, that's fair.
I could be wrong, though. It has been a little bit since we've seen them, and they were not unskilled, even though if they were inexperienced. And where we saw them was not a situation that sniper rifles were much of a viable option. So she shrugs. It would seem down to those four, though. After all, no one with the Hydroid eliminated. The Hydroid and Grayson are eliminated at the very least, and the rest of us have been running into each other or been accompanying each other fairly frequently.
She sort of sinks into deep thought on this. Yeah, we're going to pause a moment while we wait on Amanda. She'll be back momentarily.
We can go to the vault.
Luke, how are you doing? Do you want to end
I'm
here
doing
in a couple of minutes, or do you want to?
I'm fine. We can
Okay.
keep going.
Let me see how long I have to go anyway. Not more than a half an hour, but. Oh, no, actually, I would be going soon. Shit. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, do you have? I know you have to go to bed tonight, but don't you have somewhere to go? Do you have anywhere else you have to go?
Hey, sorry.
Hey, it's okay.
I'm at the risk of being TMI. I started my period, and I'm
Yeah,
kind of
no, I understand.
at the mercy of it right now.
It happens. Don't worry about it. So yeah, you guys were going to all hit up the vault. And so, yeah, when you guys reach the vault, you find what up again? You find that the entry hall seems to be patrolled by robotic guards. There is a giant pair of doors at the far end, and a smaller and a sort of like smaller almost side entrance that you could take nearby for the stealthy approach. What are you guys gonna do?
Well,
MT, you know that that Byron did warn. Byron and Zuckerman are off trying to find Greta.
Yeah.
Not fight Hikane, but find Greta.
Fine. Yeah.
And you know that Byron did warn that there are some manners or some triggers that will set off an alarm and just lock the vault down.
And we get 3 chances.
Yes, or 3 chances on that particular puzzle. You don't know how many chances there are on the other triggers.
I'm gonna assume that there's 3 all around, and if there's more, then good.
So
That's
yeah, you guys
encouraging.
are all in the entry hall. MT knows that they don't patrol at the very front of the entry hall, so you have time to chat and consider as you will. Anna is just like, I can get myself and one other person past them just fine.
If Trinity is willing to stay here, I will be more than capable of getting by myself. Though if that,
What about you, MT?
I look up.
Yeah,
Is there an up path where the
The-
robots aren't looking?
there's a very tall ceiling.
Hey. Is it just a tall ceiling? Like, is there anything to
it's a
jump
very
from?
tall ceiling, and yeah, I'll say that there is a um a man-sized ventilation shaft.
There's a way. Or I could blind them all.
I think possibly alerting the guards will cause some kind of alert.
Probably. And they would probably freak out if they suddenly went blind for a few seconds.
It's probably true.
But hey, there's a way. Points to the vent.
All right, so you'll take the stealth of being where they're not looking.
I mean, I can probably just.
Well, like I said, I mean, I can get another person in with me.
True, but at the same time, I don't really want Carrie wandering around outside of Trinity.
I will be fine.
Look, whoever would be going with me just has to get used to not being able to see your own hands.
Remember, unlike Loki's invisibility, when I cloak myself in the void, I can also be intangible. It will be not easy to hurt me.
Hey, Ansa, you want a weird experience?
Always.
She shoots you with a cloaking arrow.
Oh!
Doesn't hurt.
Well, no, but now he's silent.
No. You can talk and everything.
Oh, fair enough.
But you can't see your hands or your legs anymore.
Kiri will actually turn to Trinity, though. What would you prefer? Would you prefer to wait here? Otherwise, we can attempt to go. If not, we can attempt to follow MT through the upper path.
She kind of like motions as if she would prefer being able to protect you, but understands that you can protect yourself.
Very well. Well, I don't want to leave you by yourself here. Let's go as far as we can, and I may, at least temporarily, go on ahead myself if that seems to be the easiest or only way to do so.
She nods. And yeah, so MT, you're going to take to the ceiling,
Yep.
right? All right, go ahead and roll, your Warframe movement.
Acrobat.
Nope. Kiri is going with her as well, since she is going to try and stay in Trinity as much as possible if there are other routes.
2 10s. Running, jumping, climbing up walls.
All right.
the relationship with
Captain Tenno.
fraternity. 3 9s.
3 9s. Okay. All right. So the two of you run up the wall and then basically find a small ledge that you can hang off of, and then use it as a anchor point to run across the wall where the robots are not looking. And you can just dash along until you get to that man-sized vent shaft. Yonto, how well do you recover from not being able to see your arms or your legs?
He's probably like slaps himself in the head once and then kind of gets a rough idea of where his hand should be.
Yeah.
It's like, I think I'm okay. Just don't ask me to climb any ladders.
Yeah, man, sure.
Or juggle.
Ha. Can you juggle without being invisible?
Oh, Jesus, no.
I'll ask you to juggle when you're not invisible.
You complete swine.
That's me.
Just the worst.
And yeah, you can roll as if you had awesome too.
Cool. That'd be 7. Ooh, actually, no. I'm assuming I've still got my temporary reductions on my Warframe at the moment.
You have recovered 1 die because you got a night's sleep. But
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Do the guest rooms give a bonus for being an actual rest area?
Actually, I think they do. Let me check.
Tens.
Because I seem to remember you mentioning that most of the rest areas actually do give.
Oh yeah, you heal 2 dice when you rest in the guest rooms. Okay, so what'd you get?
2 10s.
All right, so you and Anna sneak past the guards while invisible and take that side entrance. And all of you meet at once on the other side of those double doors, having stealthed past those guards. And there is a giant, unbreakable piece of glass ahead of you, behind which appears to be a void key that is floating atop a pedestal. This room is huge, and to the left, there is a hallway that curves around the corner, and to the right, there's another hallway that curves around the corner. There's seemingly no way to get past this glass.
Huh.
As you look, as you look around, you can tell that the glass itself is multi-paned. Doesn't look like it at first, but if you do happen to go to the glass and like kind of like put your head against it, the side of your face against it, and look past, or kind of look along the plane of it, it is actually 2 panes of glass that are very close to one another. You don't know what kind of glass this is, but you can punch it if you want, and it doesn't do anything.
Okay, so
There is some layer of empty space between the 2 panes of glass, and then beyond that is a void key.
guys, would you mind if I tried to do something potentially stupid?
I do not think we're going to be able to break this glass.
Are you gonna try and ram your horn into it?
As if we could stop you.
You're gonna try and ram your horn into it, aren't you?
Yeah, so just there's this very slow turn in Rhino to where I'm assuming Excalibur is doubled over.
On the floor laughing.
Just kind of flexes his neck a little bit, and Yato steps out of Rhino,
Oh.
cracks his knuckles, puts his hand up against the glass, and uses his meld ability.
Oh.
With this just look on his face at, just watch me do something useful.
So, using this, you're able to. So, what are you trying to do with meld? Just as a curiosity.
Just
what's your aim?
Trying to weaken or make a hole in the glass just by sort of collapsing the layers onto each other.
Okay. Well, you find that when you collapse the two layers into each other, they actually become incredibly thick, incredibly strong. You're only really able to meld one layer at a time, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get too much, it becomes a little difficult. So you kind of like leave a scar in the glass. But find that it doesn't meld that easily once that empty space is filled.
Well, it's worth giving it a try, I suppose. Yeah, he'll
Honestly, that
shake
was
his hand out.
pretty clever.
Yeah, man, that was not hitting it with your horn. I'll be completely honest. If I were in a rhino, I would have just hit it with my horn.
I get the feeling I've set the bar remarkably low with my ability and intellect.
No,
I would
man.
like people to know that I am actually relatively smart.
That is not what I was saying.
Yeah, no, completely.
Yanta, the last several times I fought alongside you, you have insisted on trying to punch things.
Well, that's because I was fighting people, and the thing that Rhino does very well when fighting people is hit them. When dealing with complex situations, I tend to employ the lump of gristle between my ears.
Yes, but most Tenno
my
will hit them
nose.
with their weapons.
So I wasn't citing or suggesting that you were dumb. I was saying that you have a rhino, and that every problem when you have a rhino is something that is solved by hitting it with your horn.
All right, fine.
To be fair, that is true. When I am in Loki, I tend to find that I can solve most problems by either going invisible or switching places with something.
It's like the same with me, except rather than the invisible thing, or an exalted bow.
And it's like MT treating every problem like she can be an absolute shitlord about it.
Hey, what did I do?
You literally just laughed at me for implying that I could do something subtle and not violent.
No, I was laughing because you asked permission to do something potentially stupid. Those were your words.
You can't see his face, but he's just kind of locked in this "oh, for fuck's sake" expression.
Well,
Assuming
left
we're gonna try
hall
and
or
find-
right hall?
Left?
Sure.
Unless anyone has any objections to a random choice.
No.
As good a direction as any.
Well, I mean, up wouldn't necessarily help. Or back the way we came. Sorry, I'm being pedantic. Let's just go.
You guys take the left room, and there appears to be a very large empty space, and at the very end, it's a large empty space that is filled with pipes. There are pipes above you and pipes on the side of the wall. The side of the wall, it seems to go. It seems to be that the pipes something happens up top. Then the pipes go towards the end of the wall. And then there is some puzzle shit that would lead to a pipe at the bottom of the wall that would then go somewhere underneath. The puzzle shit, there is a nearby console that can be used to start draining some kind of fluid through the pipes. There are numerous pipes before you. They can be rotated with void energy, but only when the water starts to flow.
So this is what he was talking about.
So we have to rotate the pipes to get the water to flow, but we cannot do it until it starts the flow, putting us on a time limit, it would appear.
Yeah, it looks like. And because the alarms are not active, you have time to plan out a route.
Yeah.
Out of
Let
character,
us-
if the alarms were active, you would not have time to plan out a route, and you would just have to go no gusto glory.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's plan what we're doing ahead, and then between four of us, we should be able to rapidly put them into place once we start the water moving.
Yeah. Kirei will essentially take a good look at the layout and plan the... She doesn't necessarily need to plan the swiftest route as far as she knows, but plan the route that will give them the most margin for error for...
Right.
The easiest route is the best one here, not necessarily the quickest or
Right.
shortest.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an outthink roll.
Hey, I'm good at this. These things, I am good at them. Let's see. I don't have any particularly appropriate. So we'll just go. Oh, well, 2 2s. I'm
Okay.
in theory good at this. Success.
It might it might be, depending on how fast this water flows and how limited time you have, it might be cutting it real short, but you think you have a good idea.
That's okay. Kirei does have a potentially secret weapon if things are tight. She might be able to pull out a she might be able to bust a move.
Okay.
She acquired something recently that lets her interact with the void from a distance.
It's true.
She transfers us over to one of the pipes.
So, that being said, that actually is not entirely necessary. You have ready access to these pipes. So you won't actually need a very long distance.
Okay, they're close enough together, so there's not going to be any we need to dash across the room to get to the next one.
It's over the course of this one wall. But yeah, you have ready access enough to it that you don't need to.
Okay, that's not an issue.
Yeah, that's not an issue. So everyone has certain void powers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ones that I just discovered.
So someone can elect to be the main puzzle solver. You're going to get 2 extra dice from Kirei. And then you're going to get a die from Anna and a die from whoever else is not also whoever else is not the leader. So you get a total of 4 dice, whoever's doing it. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You want speed.
So width.
So
You want as much speed as you possibly can. So I would suggest someone that has wicked fast on whatever void power they have.
shit. again, be really good to have Loki here.
I
I say
have wicked fast
void
have
power,
abilities.
not Warframe.
I don't have Wicked. Do I have Wicked Fast on?
I have awesome times
No,
too.
I don't have. I have Area on one.
Area will not be effective. Awesome times 2 will. It can add.
You guarantee a 3-width set at least.
Yeah,
If
you
you
can
do
guarantee-
roll one set.
If you get one set, you can guarantee a 3 width. What about Yonto?
I have either awesome times 2 or wicked fast times 1. I get 1 more dice on the wicked fast times 1.
It sounds like our
Sounds
best
Yanto.
bet.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, Yonto, you are
But
the leader.
Do we
Or-
want to
Do
have
you wanna
roll?
Fuck you.
I'm just saying, there's a precedent.
I hate that this is an ongoing thing in all my fucking groups.
I'm
Do we
sorry.
trust him to roll dice?
I trust you. I do. I don't trust your dice.
Yanto or Luke rather, if this were literally any other group of people, it would be me they'd be saying this about.
Or I could drop a dice and use 2 dice instead. I could drop a die and use awesome times 2 instead, guaranteeing a set.
Well, you have 4+ dice, plus you can throw in a relationship if you want. So
Yeah, this is
I'm
also
reasonably sure you'll make a set. So I'd go with the more dice, unless the
Cool.
4+ dice would put you over 10, in which case you might as well take the awesome too.
I'd be at 9 dice. So
Okay, let's do that. Maybe throw in a 1-point relationship if you feel like splurging.
well,
Use a relationship with Kirei. She's directing.
well,
you.
that's what I was going to say. I was adding the relationship with Kiri. It's like trusting
Yeah.
your judgment on this.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll as if you had 4 extra dice.
Cool. That's 5 2s.
All right.
Yay.
That is a success. So, that is more than 4 width. Ergo, it's a success.
Oof.
So the water starts, and going off of Kirei's guidance and MT and Anna periodically shouting in, "No, not there." You use your power to meld, and that it's not actually the specific power. You're not actually melding the pipes together, as it is something here is directly reacting to your use of the void, and merely thinking it and trying it, even though you're not touching anything, even though you're not melding anything, causes the pipes to react. And you twist the pipes one after the next, connecting like the 4-way connectors into straightaways and so on and so forth until you create a closed loop that leads to that leads to the bottom where there is the exit point. Every time whatever this liquid is that's flowing through, it causes the pipes to glow vibrantly.
What? Just wait.
When it passes.
It's not water. Does this happen to look like the liquid maybe she saw in the vault of Kella de Thame?
You, like I said, you can't see what the liquid is.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, like I said, because the pipes aren't clear.
Oh, okay.
But you can tell where the water is because it causes the pipes to glow.
Gotcha.
So it causes some kind of glowing effect or luminous effect. And yeah, you create a loop. You create not a loop, but you create a path.
What does that trigger anything? Do anything?
Not that you can tell.
Just a little water feature pops out center of the room.
There is probably something we have to do on the right side as well.
Yeah,
All right.
probably. That went really well, though. Good job, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Yanto does the work as 3 women tell him what to do.
Truly, we live in the future. I couldn't have done it without you. Well, apart from you, MT, you didn't actually contribute anything to me getting here and doing this thing.
Hey.
Hmm.
Are we gonna have a problem?
Please save your fight till after we have found the prize.
All right, fine.
Then if you two want to duke it out, you can.
I put him in a little headlock.
Yeah.
Not a full headlock, just a little
Just
one.
a little one.
As long as you don't give me a noogie.
You guys figure out what happened when you get back to that big pane of those 2 panes of glass that seem to be concealing the void key at the end. They are now half filled with a glowing golden liquid energy.
Huh.
Man, I'm glad we didn't make a hole in that glass.
Yeah, that perhaps could have caused problems. So this is different. This isn't the red that they saw at Kelly-Thame, right?
Nope, it is not that.
Another new strange liquid.
If you were you get the feeling that it would feel different if you were outside of your Warframe. Because you get the faint feeling of like the hackles being raised on your neck.
Sure.
Even when you're inside your Warframe.
She will exit Trinity briefly to examine further.
It
is
you know that feeling of that feeling of when you're very distant from the sun, but you're in space and the sun is at its brightest. It's that overwhelming heat.
what?
It's like plasma, but
Yeah,
it's void charged.
Yeah, she gets out, probably like recoils a little bit, and then gets back into Trinity very quickly.
Is it dangerous?
If we were to come in direct contact with it, potentially. It is very heavily charged with void energy, whatever it is.
Kirei, you just with your general knowledge of things and science, you know that if it is plasma, that means that it just has to be exposed to oxygen for it to basically just kind of burst, fizzle, and disappear.
Though, if it is a plasma, and that is my best guess, creating a hole would at best at worst just make this not work. It would very quickly fizzle out in the air. Though whether the same would hold true for with all the void energy, I guess I cannot be completely certain.
So this is some kind of binary reaction we're supposed to make in order to blow out the glass?
It's superheated gas, or it's going to maybe fill it or otherwise power something. Only one way to find out in any case.
Well, it's probably not going to be subtle no matter what it is.
No, that's probably going to be really loud.
We better prepare ourselves. We may either have to fight or make a rapid exit once we trigger whatever we're about to trigger.
Do you guys go down the other side of the hall?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
You see before you, coming to life, one by one, with their their insides glowing with a similar fluid, are about 24 armed robots.
Oh, great.
Hmm.
One by one, awakening and
I
raising their weapons.
I suspected that it would be something like this.
A at the far end of the room, another pipe-like puzzle illuminates. However, it's already completed. The problem is that there are blocks in the way of the completed path. Blocks that seem to correspond with the color pattern to each of these 24 robots.
Ah,
I guess we'll be taking down the robots then.
That's what I'm going to call it into the session.
I knew it.
Nice. God damn it.
Yay!
Here's where we finally get to have a benefit from the fact that I brought Trinity. Whereas so far it's been, why didn't I bring Loki? No offense, Trinity.
What do you guys think? Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Oh, it was good. Yes, got emotional.
Emotions.
Jesus.
So I actually was downstairs making tea when like Yanto flipped his shit, so I have no idea why he flipped his shit. They talked about the Oregon.
He flipped his shit because Anna revealed what she knew about the Orokin's plans with the Tenno before they became the Tenno.
You know, light dinner conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Good times.
Hmm.
Good times had by all.
Hey,
it's not like teenagers are prone to putting their foot in their mouth or anything.
if you hadn't started the conversation, I would consider having Kirei bring up that she has remembered she's the one who she had fought Kaite and Ariane.
See,
We needed a dramatic scene.
See, this is why I had the distinct advantage of doing this first. MT went into that vista knowing exactly what was needed to get a full meal, and she was just like, you know what, I can do this, and come out of it feeling not shitty.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Thank you for being my friend, Kirei. I love you. You're great. Food, please.
So hungry.
Let's go and sit together. I'm sure everything will be fine. Why is he? Oh, God.
So, which is why you chose, I'm going to have dinner with the most chill person here under most circumstances. As long as I don't bring up the Orokin, we'll be fine.
That shouldn't happen.
Why would you bring up the Orokin over a nice dinner? That's just rude. Why would you ever?
I really need to up MT's charm stat because I think she's a lot more charming than.
I mean, experience point to everyone. By the way, you may as well up your charm.
Do it.
Doing
I'm trying to decide what I want to do, what I want to focus on with Kirei next.
Because like, if MT like is any kind of because from what I'm gathering, she used to be some kind of influential leader type, and she's kind of almost falling back into that role. She definitely would be more charming.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Do it.
Yeah.
Invest in more charm skill.
I might throw a point in or two into charm when all this is done, since Kirei has gotten a lot more social work out here than.
Look at all these friends you're making.
Yay! All these friends.
Meeting all these new Tenno, hanging out with them, making friends.
I was entertaining a really horrible idea, depending on how the party split.
Oh.
Just that if if Sukimono had come with them, Yanto would always be entertaining the idea of holding him hostage if Ikane showed up.
That would absolutely not work.
It would have been hilarious.
It would be.
It would have been the most hilarious fucking scene.
If we
would
meet
have got into it.
She would have just shot him in the head within
Have
3
you-
seconds.
Have you ever played Deus Ex? Deus Ex, the first of the newer ones.
I played both.
Human Revolution. Okay, yeah. Do you know like that very like at the end of the very first like more or less the very first quote unquote dungeon when you face the hostage situation there? Yeah, basically that. Shoot the person, the fuck, shoot them. I love how many different options that scene has.
So it would have been a really hilarious scene. Because she would have shot Tsukimono to get to you.
The old Raditz play.
Yeah. Sort of like,
Except with a slightly less willing person holding them down. Less heroic, sacrificed, and more resigned to their fate.
All right, guys. I'm going to bounce out of this call.
All right.
Thank you for the fun game.
Glad you guys had fun.
Bye.
We'll finish up the vault next week.
Yeah.
End the recording here.